So there's a podcast called Mapscaping, and it's this really cool podcast for the geospatial community. And I've been listening to it on and off for several years now. And it was created by this guy named Daniel O'Donohue. And I actually follow this gentleman on LinkedIn. And I've noticed probably over the last year, Daniel has been sharing these really cool mapping or GIS tools that apparently he's been developing. And I've noticed like 2 or 3 of them that he put together in the last year, and they're just very, very cool. Well, I recently discovered that Daniel has a website for his podcast called Mapscaping.com, and there's actually a page called Map Tools, and if you go to it right here, he's actually been putting these tools together for quite a while now, and I probably counted over 50 tools on this one page. And you're not going to find all of these tools useful, like for example, urban foraging map for America. I don't know or global mushroom foraging map. Some of these obviously aren't going to be helpful for your scenario. However, there are a few really, really cool gems in here, and I want to show you a few of these today. And I'm going to jump down straight to my absolute favorite, which is this one right here, download data from OpenStreetMap. So this interactive map tool allows you to explore and download OpenStreetMap or OSM features in your local area. You can find everything from shops and restaurants to hiking trails. So I'm going to open this up, and he has it listed right here, the easiest way to download data from OpenStreetMap for free. And I've definitely found this to be the case. So if you follow my channel, if you watch all the videos on my channel, there's one tool that I profiled. I know it's been in at least 2 of my videos. It's this tool called Overpass Turbo that allows you to query and like download little bits of data from OpenStreetMap. And it's pretty cool. However, I find this tool to be much kind of more straightforward. So all you have to do is let me show you, for example. Let's zoom all the way in. Just as with OpenStreetMap or Overpass Turbo, you have to zoom in to a certain level of OpenStreetMap or this map to actually be able to do a query. So I'm going to zoom in to the beaches of Normandy here on Point du Hoc, and I'm going to select the category of historic. And it gives you a preview here. It tells you total features, 82, and then it gives you the breakdown of all these different subcategories. Look at that. Bomb craters, bunker, very, very cool. And what's so great about this is it's a straight GeoJSON download, and it's pretty easy to do. And of course, GeoJSON plays wonderfully with geolayers. So I'm going to grab these bunkers, and I'm going to grab the bomb craters, and now I'll come over here to Adobe After Effects, and I already have a geolayers project cranking, and I'm going to go over to my downloads, and if I just drag these both in, drag the bomb craters and the bunkers, and now if I double click, it's going to take me right here. And now look how cool this little data set is, and we're ready to rock and roll. Here are all of the bunkers, and then there are all of the bomb craters. Very, very cool. Really, the speed and the ease that you can really quickly grab features here is really incredible. If you've ever used Overpass Turbo or tried to work with grabbing geospatial data from OpenStreetMap, you know that you have to be like coder guy to kind of have an easy job of it. Okay, so that was definitely my number 1 favorite. There's another one called Global Elevation Data Download Tool. And this is super powerful as well. It allows you to just select a region here on the map and then choose whatever data set you want to download. So let's say we want to grab the NASA DEM, Global DEM, and then I can specify the output format. So we can do a GeoTIFF, ArcGrid, or this other file. I don't really know these file formats aside from the GeoTIFF. And unfortunately, these won't play very well with geolayers. However, if you've ever tried to just straight up download DEMs, it's always incredibly difficult unless you want to go the QGIS route and use like a QGIS plugin, and then still that is super duper difficult. This, you can just download this GeoTIFF, bring it directly into QGIS, and it'll already be stitched up and nice and clean, and then you can prep it. Like if you want to use this in Blender or something, it's really, really straightforward. And of course, you got to just go over to Open Topography and get your API key. That's really straightforward. You just go and set up an account, totally free. I swear, over the last probably 5 years, I've used 2 or 3 other websites that allow you to, like, you're like looking at a grid and you can download DIMs of specific areas. And I just hate, like, Daniel is doing a public service by putting all these little tools together, if you've ever tinkered with other tools that don't work very well. What else is really cool? I found this radius mapping tool to be very, very cool. It allows you to just very quickly specify a radius. So let's say we want to do, let's see, here we have meters, we can do kilometers. So let's say we want to do like, we want to see 100 kilometers from a specific point. So I can zoom in here, let's say 100 kilometers from London. So all you have to do is click, and now it's drawn a radius here. If we zoom back out, now we can see here is a radius of 100 kilometers from London. Not only that, now you can download this as a GeoJSON. And now if we go over here and I double click here, we now have our super sweet circle. And if we look at the feature properties of this, you can see the radius as well. Perfect. Now you could just draw an ellipse inside of After Effects here, but you're not going to be able to get it to like the perfect distance that you want. So let me show you one other cool thing you can do inside of GeoLayers here. You can actually draw out your own features if you want to measure distances and stuff, but you just can't, like, it doesn't allow you to like manually type in a specific amount like that. So if you were to just like go and draw like a little ellipse or a rectangle or something like this, and then click on the plus icon, feature from layer, it's going to give you this shape. And if you click on the feature properties, it does in fact give you like the square meters, square miles, circumference, radius. Actually, it doesn't give us a radius, does it? But just be aware of this. This is one way that you can get a perfect radius into GeoLayers. So let's see, we've downloaded elevation data, we've done our radius mapping tool, and there's just a lot of these tools are just fun, like playing around. Like a lot of location services, like you can figure out what time zone you're in, you can figure out your coordinates, you can, they have a converter where you can convert basically DMS format of latitude, longitude coordinates into digital seconds or digital degrees, which is actually quite helpful if you're tinkering around with a lot of data. Now there's one other tool in here that looks really, really powerful, and I don't think I fully understand how powerful it is because I don't work in this specific sector of GIS, but it's a grid elevation sampling tool. And this allows you to like plop a grid down, and you can specify metric or imperial, and you can do the grid spacing. And then it will allow you to fetch the elevation data and download it as a CSV, which is incredibly cool. I don't know how you can apply this inside of GeoLayers, but I know it would allow you to like create your own terrain. Again, if you're a GIS expert, let me know down in the comment section, how cool is this tool? Because it seems very cool. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. This really is a powerful resource, so go check it out, mapscaping.com/Map Tools. And if you haven't listened to the podcast, go check out Daniel's podcast. It's got a lot of cool stuff. Even if you aren't like a GIS nut, there's still some really cool and interesting content that he focuses on. All right, I'll see you in the next one.